Hello, true duelists. My name, as always, is Craig Fee, and welcome to the Yu-Gi-Oh! Update. The February 2022 Remote Duel YCS took place this past weekend, with Paul Anderson winning with a deck that has the longest, most convoluted name, even on the Konami website, being listed as something to the effect of Punk Adventurer Link Destiny Hero Shenanigans. I couldn't commit it to memory, folks. I'm not going to lie to you. The point of the matter is, Adventurer and DPE are everywhere at the YCS, with Adventurer taking its spot in 60% of top 32 decks. It's going to be a long and adventurous meta for us moving forward, but in the meantime, we as a community can gather together to try and figure out what it is exactly we're going to call the deck that took first place, because I'm not saying that word salad ever again. The full set has been revealed for Hidden Arsenal Chapter 1, giving players the chance to get the Dual Terminal Parallel Rare on some fan-favorite cards, from the Ice Barrier Dragons to the inevitable Blue Eyes and Dark Magician reprints. The set will only have 4 new cards to its name: 2 Armed Dragon monsters, a Dragunity monster, and a level 5 Deep Sea Synchro monster. Very relevant. The 4 of them, as well as Armory Arm, Power Tool Dragon, and Formula Synchron, are the 7 cards available as secret rares in the variant you'll get one of whenever you buy a box. Also in the set is a playmat and 1 of 5 collectible dice, featuring monsters on them including Trishula, Dragon of the Ice Barrier, Naturia Cosmo Beat, Ally of Justice Catastor, Flamvell Baby, Fabled Luri, I think so, I don't really know for certain, and more importantly, the rare Winged Karibo. That's right, even the dice have rarity. It is Konami we're talking about. The set drops on the 10th this month, but don't bother tweeting at Gage your copy of the Dual Terminal Parallel Rare Trishula, because you're not rich enough to interact with him. Not in the card game sense. Konami also announced the 2022 Megatons, completing the tablet from the anime, this one featuring the Egyptian God cards. The tins will contain reprints from Blazing Vortex, Lightning Overdrive, Dawn of Majesty, Burst of Destiny, and more. What could they mean by more? Another Droplet reprint, maybe. I'm kidding, of course. That card will not be affordable until sometime in late 2023. In the meantime, we can probably get, I don't know, probably more Sacred Beast reprints. Honestly, that's probably what I would expect to be pulling from my tins. Still, the tin is set to drop on September the 14th, so get hyped. Crystal Beast players can get excited as the OCG has announced a new structure deck to release in June of this year. It promises new ace monsters and spell and trap cards for the archetype. Could this be the advanced Crystal Beast monsters from the GX anime? Probably not, but maybe. Either way, there is no word on when the TCG will be getting these cards, or if they'll even come in the structure deck like they did in the OCG, or if it'll be pieced out in a set like the Simorg cards were. Crystal Beast fans, get your hopium ready ASAP. There's also a new Albaz playmat available at official tournament stores, part of the continuous reminder that Albaz will soon be an annoying and competent meta contender. In Master Duel news, players may have experienced the joy of a hack or exploit that allowed players to duel with a less than 40 card deck, and even some banned cards, resulting in a number of 6 to 10 card decks featuring Exodia and exclusively draw cards. If you did, you'll be glad to know that Konami has already patched this to ensure that it won't happen again, and it's another win for Master Duel, so we can finally go back to losing the real way, against Maxi, Drytron, and Rongo Bongo. More importantly for Master Duel, Season 3 has dropped, with Konami deciding to combat players trying to D-rank in order to get the most rewards from each season by not allowing you to go below the rank you were in the season before it. If you worked your way into Platinum, fuck you. In merch news, a new BLS Funko Pop is coming out, and oh boy, my inner Marvel fan can't be contained from his excitement. I am ready to consume products, particularly of the Funko Pop variety. There's also the gold cards from Konami, featuring Dark Paladin, Jinzo, and for a Konami first, a non-DM staple. That's right, Utopia, number 39, is available as a card as well. Other series do in fact exist. If you want more non-DM stuff in the future, we should all hope that the Utopia ones sell out quick, lest Konami decide that only DM sells, and we continue to get exactly what we have been getting for the last 6 or 7 years. Suffering. In community news, the 6th episode of the Progression series aired following Legacy of Darkness. After some solid pulls on both sides, with each of them getting Bottomless, Exiled, Force, and Rhoda, the decks were built. Gage was back on Clown Control, with no one's surprise not maining Chain Energy this week. And Simo put his newly pulled Torrential Tribute from the wheel to good use. It was a solid set with a tense game 3 for the win. Simo pulled it out again, putting Gage just one loss away from getting to ban one of Simo's cards next week. That's some copium right there for all you Gage fans. The series score is now 4-2 in favor of Gage, and I don't really have anything else to say about it this week. Surely Clown Control won't lose 3 weeks in a row. Distant Coder started his subathon last Friday, with it wrapping up sometime this morning after more than 90 hours.
Uh-oh, future Craig Fee here. When I recorded this segment, the subathon had less than 20 minutes left, and now it's got just over 7 hours, so this whole segment's a lie. It's still going, so go check it out if you want to support Mr. Coder. That's it. That's Mr. Future Craig. Bye now.
And of course, a big congrats go out to Distant Coder, one of the only judges in the community, and thereby one of the only people that truly understands how to play Yu-Gi-Oh! And now we go live to Jonathan Stands a Lot with the Locals Report. Jonathan, what have you got for us?
Thanks, Craig.
So, what's the deal at Locals this week?
Tough times for all this week, as players committed to the plan to play Mystic Mind Burn and Crooked Cook Exodia to chase out the obnoxious high-rarity players that have been plaguing Locals these past 2 weeks.
That actually happened.
Yes, Craig, we did in fact have the worst Locals to ever happen, ever.
Was it at least a success? Did the Mermail and Lightsworn players from last week finally leave?
Unfortunately, no. As it turns out, Mystic Mind Burn and Crooked Cook Exodia is actually a more enjoyable game experience than the Adventurer Engine, Sword Soul, and the second straight year of Eldritch.
Wow. The current meta is that enjoyable to them, huh?
Unfortunately, it seems so.
So then, what's the solution for the annoying player problem?
Well, Craig, I'm glad you asked, because we're going to solve this problem like real Americans.
Oh, Johnny, no, you cannot make that joke.
No, my bad, my bad. Yeah, you're right. You are right. The only solution now is to just deal with it by complaining about it and continuing to go to Locals.
That's the spirit, Jonathan, just like Kazuki Takahashi intended.
So it would seem, Craig. This has been Jonathan Stands a Lot with the Locals Report.
Thanks, John. And that wraps it up for this week's update. As always, I'm your host, Craig Fee, and subscribe to YGO Strats so that you too can become a true duelist.